Welcome to Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars.
Hey guys, welcome back. Be sure to check out the show notes at the bottom of this recording because I usually have a lot of cute little tidbits along the way, and you also get to follow me on Instagram at Elizabeth Magical Garden. All the information will be down below.
Welcome to Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, welcome back to the podcast. I am out. I am enjoying this weather, and I pray that all of you guys in some way or form is enjoying your day, if not the weather as well, or even both. Guys, welcome back to the podcast. I am so happy to be here. We have a couple of things to get in. Of course, the plane. You know, guys, it's so uncanny. Once I turn on this device, for whatever reason, here comes the noise. I'm actually sidebar thinking about investing in this particular mic that I see a lot. I think I mentioned it before. I see a lot of people on this particular mic. It sounds really good when I listen to their whether it's a vlog or whatever they're doing. The sound quality does sound pretty good. It's a little pricey, but I think that it's in the long run going to pay off. So I'm thinking about doing something like that because whenever I am out, I could just pop in that mic and have better quality sound for you guys when I'm not recording on my mic. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, welcome back. Let's just get into it. First of all, it's a gorgeous day. And I pray that everybody been having a great spring thus far. I feel like in New York, the spring has finally sprung. It's been a rocky road. It's still, it's still like come see, come saw. I feel like it's creeping. It's weird because even the trees still are not fully bloomed, and I know it's because the weather has still been kind of cold um in the northern hemisphere, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful day. It's sunny, and I'm here for it. Today's topic is letting go of what no longer serves you mentally. Okay, putting the tombstone on the things that no longer serves you. Okay, mental death. Now, I made a look like a vlog. I was vlogging. Be sure to subscribe to my vlog channel. I made a vlog. I was vlogging. I was out, and I did discuss this particular topic. So be sure to check that out if you would like to dive a little deeper. But I just want to say that this is a topic that is very sensitive, um, not only I'm sure to myself, but I'm sure to a lot of people. Uh, it comes a time in our lives where we have to make certain decisions that some we knew were eventually would have to be made, and some that are surprising to us, right? But nonetheless, they need to be made in order for us to get to the next level of our potential. Now, I have always been a proponent of letting go of what no longer serves me, pretty much more so because of anxiety situations. I'm not a type of person that can hold on but so much after a while, okay? Because I am a very loyal person. When I'm committed, I am committed, okay? Even to my detriment at times. I had to accumulate a lot of mechanisms to detour me from allowing myself to be smothered. Just like there's a thing called spring cleaning, there is a mental cleaning as well. Okay. Talking about spring cleaning, side note, that's something I gotta do. I gotta get rid of a lot of things, but that's neither here or there, especially with this weather flip flopping. I don't know if it's spring, summer, winter at this point. But anyway, mental cleaning. And a lot of times I feel like we don't do that because we are afraid of, about what is the outcome, what is the relationship going to be like going forward with the next party, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's a personal relationship. If you find yourself in a space that you are questioning whether you should continue a relationship, I'm here to tell you more than likely it's a no. It's a no. It's a hard no. And I know that's not something that you may want to hear, but it's the truth. A lot by the time you are finally saying to yourself, you know what, I don't know if this is good for me, or I don't know if I should continue this relationship. A lot of times it's because it's been so many red flags that now you can no longer not see the flag. You can no longer ignore the flags, right? And I'm telling you from my own experience, whenever I did not, or whenever I took a very like I dragged my feet to make those decisions, it, it just blew up in my face. There's no other way to explain that. It just blew up in my face. And I'm here to tell you, and I'm here to potentially help you not have it blow up in your face, to just cut it off. And I was listening to the His and Her podcast with Lauren Bostic and Michael Bostic. This is a podcast that I've been following for many, 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 many years. I think she's on her third child. She's at this point she's pregnant right now um, with her third baby. God bless them. Beautiful couple. I say this all to say they had this person that I also been following for many years. Her name is Rachel Zoe. Anybody that's into fashion have heard her uh, name one time or another. I remember like back in the day, I don't know if it was like in the 2000s or whatever, she did have her own show on the network. You can just look her up and you'll see what I'm saying. She was on their platform. Mind you, they don't know me or whatever, but I'm just saying, definitely check them out. It is a really informative podcast. I have myself learned a lot from them as well. But they had Rachel Zoe on, so of course I was tuned in, honey. And the question was posed on to Rachel and how she dealt with a lot of haters, basically. I mean, they didn't use that word, but I'm using it. And in terms of her relationships, you know, business relationships or whatever other relationships she had during the course of her career. And she said that she's non-confrontational. What stuck out to me, she said she's non-confrontational, which I truly believe. She seems to be, I don't know her, but she seems to be a very beautiful person, not only outside but really inside as well, which is even more awesome to me. And she said that she would have mental death. She's not confrontational, but what she would have would be she would have mental death for people. And that stuck out to me so hard, guys, because first of all, okay, I'm glad I have a name now because I've been doing that for years. I mean, since I was adolescent. Cut off my cutoff game. Call me a samurai mentally, okay? My cutoff game is so precise. I feel like that's one of my talents that I've always had. Unfortunately, I because I knew it was a talent, I focused more on not using it, which is so weird because I knew I'm the type of person once it's done is done. There's no coming back. You're done. And even if I do choose to have, because let's just face it, some relationships, and this is why I'm gonna get into it. This is what makes this so delicious, right? Because when you have a mental death, you can still talk to the person, okay? It's just a different type of relationship. You are now showing up, you are now mentally, physically showing up different. These people, these relationships have nothing to say. They have no, they have absolutely no place on the board as far as say so anymore as far as you are concerned. Okay, this doesn't mean, and like I love what she said. She's like, she's non-confrontational, and I feel her. I feel like that's pretty much how I live my life. I'm not a confrontational person. So when she did say the mental death, I was like, oh wow, I never knew that was, I never chose to say it like that, but that's exactly what I have always encountered, whether it was a relationship with somebody, a business relationship, a relationship with whatever was no longer serving me, it's done. And the beauty of having this type of perspective, because it is a perspective, right? When you decide that something or someone or whatever the situation that you are mentally cutting off no longer serves you, it allows you to take back your energy and it allows you to show up in a space stronger, right? Because as far as the person is concerned, right, you're still the same person. You're still the same person. They're still interacting with you, but your energy is different. That they don't get you the same way that they used to get you before. They don't get the freedom in your life. They don't hold the space in your life anymore that can affect you, because at this point you good if they come, and you're good if they not. It doesn't even matter if they are existing on a personal level. There is no more connection. And this might sound hardcore to someone, and I feel like if it does, you may not be ready for what I am suggesting. But for those in the back that hear me, move up to the front. Okay? Because what we're not going to do, especially here on this 2025, we're not bringing old logs. We're not dragging. When a tree, this is why I love nature. When a tree no longer has any room or energy for a branch, a log, guess what they do? That log falls off. Okay? That tree is still standing. That tree is still standing. That tree is still standing. One would even say the tree is even stronger. And honestly, that's usually what happens, because whenever I have a lot of plants in my home, I love to keep nature all around me, animals. It is what it is, more so than even people, dare I say. Uh, one of the things about plants, and if you're a plant owner, you know what I say is true. You'll see every now and then your plants have certain leaves that are turning yellow. Now, it could mean a lot of other things. It can mean like maybe they're a little sick or whatever the situation. But a lot of times, what I find is that plant no longer has energy for that plant, because there's a lot of other sprouts coming about. I used to cut and prune though, because you know it is a sight to be seen, right? You don't want to see that in your home. You want to see you only want to see manicured green plants. And what I found, I should say, is allowing that plant to hold on to those leaves just for a bit, because a lot of times they're still draining energy, and then when that plant no longer needs that particular leaf, it will wither off. You'll see the plant of that side of the plant go limp. It's dry. It tends to look brittle. And then if you look closely, you'll see other sprouts, right? Because what it's doing is it's allowing room for new life. Same thing with you. When you mentally, okay, put whatever situation in its own coffin and say goodbye, and that's it, whether it's a personal relationship, a business relationship, you can still show up and have a different perspective, right? You can go to work and still have a civil conversation with that person. Like, as far as you're concerned, they don't even exist. It's like a talking puppet. You're just here to do the job at this point. You're just here doing what you're doing, being excellent, being gorgeous, being courageous, and it's not your fault that there's still part of the branches that no longer serves the situation that you're in. You're just there buying time at this point. And I feel like we get caught up. First we have the feeling, right? But then we get caught up in, well, how is everybody else going to feel? Who cares about how they feel? How do you feel? Because guess what, a relationship is not flourishing if you are not flourishing in it. So even, and I want to be clear, it's not always because the person is not a good person. It's just that the time has been spent. Listen, there comes a time that we have to let go of a lot of things that we would rather not let go. This is why when it's time to, clean out your closet, it's so hard to do, because you might not have worn that garment for over 2, 3 years. But whatever memory you had with that garment at one state of time in your life is not allowing you to let go, right? And there have been so many people that have wrote books giving tricks and tips to, I forget, I forget the person's name, but she have there's a person that made a segment or even wrote a book, I believe, on how to purge your closet. I think that you pick up the item and you sit with it for a couple of minutes, and if it doesn't instantly give you a good feeling, you toss it, because you're supposed to only have the things that you truly love in your closet. And that allows you to be in your present state, and also allows room for new things to come in, because let's just face it, we are still shopping, right? For me, I'm working on being more conscious on the things that I put on my body. I have been doing that for a very long time, but now even more so in terms of shopping. I am doing more thrifting, and I'm also learning to make my own clothes. I would love to, I'm working on getting to the point where I can look at something and be able to graph a pattern and create a similar look for myself using the materials that I would want on my body, you know, for the most part, and it's fun. It was on my heart, and I really want to share with you guys and just give you a couple of tips, and also give you, like, crack the door a little bit. You're not alone in your thought process, and it's okay to obscure people from your life. It's okay to have these, like, little compartmental deaths for people without them even knowing. I mean, it's so delicious. It's been so many times to this day that I have got to this point. And now I want to say this. It's not an easy thing, because usually by the time I get to this point, it's never a fun thing, right? It's never a thing that you want to just like go hacking into people, because we do cherish the relationships that we have, whether it be a business relationship or a personal relationship. We do cherish these moments. With that being said, it has to be a two-way street. You can't be the only one cherishing the moment and it's like, hey, forget you. It doesn't work like that, because you are special. You are a blessing to this magnificent thing that we call life. You have a purpose. And if any person or thing is not seeing you in that life, it doesn't deserve a space in your life, regardless of what it is or who it is. That's just, there's no other way to go around it. Check out the podcast that I was discussing, so you can hear more about what I speak. I mean, she didn't go too heavy, but it was a good episode. I feel like I found my writing, how can you say, my writing foot. You know what they say, the more you do something, the better you get at it. So definitely be sure to check that out, because not only do I have the blog, I also take the time to give you a couple of tips to have you be on the right foot so to speak, so you can start your own journey in recovery in whatever the topic is suggesting. And also, of course, subscribe to the podcast channel on YouTube at Elizabeth Magical Garden Podcast, because I do put up a lot of visuals, and I also at times record these podcasts live on that channel. So be sure to check that out. Thank you for all your support in advance. Be sure to stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay empowered. Peace.
Hey guys, leave a comment, a review, preferably 5 stars. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram, because what is popping over there? And also check out my YouTube channel to stay connected and see your girl's lovely face. Guys, I love you so much. Keep on pushing, and I'll definitely speak to you soon. Be blessed.